Hey, who is this? Welcome, community, gaming, friendship, chaos. Who are we? We're a world of plastic, and we have announcements.
We have announcements.
Yeah, Griffin Co. 3D printed terrain. They're awesome. Promo code Fabled42. Use it. Go there.
Yes.
Underground Oracle. If you play Dungeons and Dragons and you want to be using Underground Oracle for resources, whether you are DM or adventurer, check them out.
Good time.
Yes. And also, Nine Realms Gaming. I just said a lengthy description of all the cool things they do, but essentially really cool handmade wooden accessories for all of your gaming needs. And you can get 10% off your next purchase at ninerealmsgaming.com using the promo code Fabled42.
Yes. Yes. Critical dice. No, it's gone. That went Transylvania. Cool.
Just commit.
Nope. I'm just gonna go normal. Hey, exclamation point critical in the chat. That gets you entered into one of 2 dice giveaways. One at the break and one at the end of our stream. US and Canada, but Quebec, what the F?
Quebec's like, y'all don't even have sound. Don't come at us.
Touche.
Can't even hear you.
Ooh la la. I like how Salty was able to do the commands for the announcements without even hearing us. Who is next? Fabled, that's you, Indy, right?
Ooh, yes. So if you come by Friday, you can catch our next episode of Duke City Chronicles at 3 p.m. Pacific. They are in the middle of a very intense monster session. I don't want to give anything away because it's too good and we got left on a cliffhanger, but whatever, it's fine. I'm not salty or anything. And then if you come by Tuesdays at 6:30 Pacific, you can see our horror-based D&D session of Crypt Creatures, DM'd by MZ Dusty. We have a lot of shows here on Fable42, so we hope that you come by and just hang out with us because we love it.
And speaking of all our amazing shows, if you happen to miss any of them, you can catch our VODs on YouTube for this show. You might hear my kid, he's just running around. Every Friday at 6 a.m. Pacific. Guys, you have to wait like a day. So check us out if you miss an episode or any other shows, and don't forget to subscribe. Hey, also subscribers, it already happened. There was points gone out to Envy from our good friend. So subscribers can use their luck and inspiration to players or me, and it will help them out through the campaign. Should we play the intro, you think? Let's do it. Alright guys, we will be right back.
Solon, a world caught just outside the blessed fields of Elysium. Home to the migrated Gardenals, celestial animal kin searching for adventure. The Sun Guard are the protectors of this realm, standing against the forces of evil that seek to disrupt a lasting peace. It has been over 100 years since Bel's dark invasion faltered at Boiler Bay. In the north, Helor's warming glow bestows prosperity to the nations of light. But in the south, a new story unfolds.
Hello! Alright guys, a little bit more housekeeping Oh, let me make sure the sound's on, because that's cool. It looks like it's on. A little bit more housekeeping before we get started. As you notice, one of our players is gone. We kind of explained it a little bit last time. I'll talk about it in the recap. But schedule coming up. So we are going to take next Wednesday off. It'll be a good chance for us all to catch up on stuff. But then we have people that are busy, but don't worry. We are going to do what I'm calling a Heroes of Salon side quest. It'll be a 2-part mini-series that covers a little pretty far off in the side storyline that may or may not some point interweave into these heroes' tales. But it's going to be a lot of fun. We'll get a group of people to come in here and play out this little 2-part series. So that'll be not this coming Wednesday, but I believe it's the first 2 Wednesdays of July. That sounds right, because this coming Wednesday would still be in June. And then we'll get back to this campaign, and yeah, looking forward to that. So let's dive in pretty much exactly where we left off. Our heroes had completed the obstacle course, the trials set forth by Lord Havesh, Lord Havesh, leader of the fated Githyanki here in Gorespire Keep. Once registered as winners, the heroes had little time to either explore the town or tie up a few loose ends before heading to the castle to take on their new roles. We got to learn about Invi's little business endeavor. We got to Vesta toured the town and got to see a lot of the quarters, a lot of the town, and a good description of each of the quarters. And, we did eventually meet back up at the Inron's Keep on the small island connected by a bridge on the north of Gorespire Keep, where you were directed past the foyer into what seems to be a constructed group of guest rooms. 5 rooms surrounding this kind of common room with seating area tables. You met, names, there's gonna be names. I dropped a lot of names. You guys did meet Swinda. She was the human female with a slightly tinted skin that welcomed you to your new abode, should you want to stay here. She did kind of help you get settled into your rooms, and then prepared you for meeting Lord Havesh, which you joined him in a large dining room right off the foyer. He gave you a bit of information about what's going on here, in brief, saying that your job really is to act as liaisons, act as his personal team for helping other people in Gorespire Keep, specifically the other house leaders. You poked a little bit and asked and discovered that there was a chance for bonuses. Information is very valuable in this area, and he asked you specifically to give him any information involving the safety or the operation of the other houses. Anything that could put them in jeopardy, anything that could put him in jeopardy. After that point was made, this is kind of where we're going to dive in right... Oh, well, no, there is one more important part. So, as we mentioned, Vesta is gone. We are going to play out a little bit, but there was a missive that came in, presented by General Slod, also in the presence of Lord Ulcerin's son, Ryshal, in which Ryshal was basically denied his wanted position as liaison to Nisara, the Red Dragon matriarch from Folly Peak. And it was because, apparently, pointed out the matron had chosen Vesta to fill this position. We enter the story at the point as Lord Havesh stands up and says, "Enjoy the rest of your night. I do hope you enjoy this food. We definitely don't spare no expense for our guests here, and As you know, the morning was taken up by festivities, but I do have a little bit of work left to do before I take off. But is there any more questions?
So I have a question.
Go ahead.
So knowing about the first, not to him, just in my head, security of Gorspire Keep. What is the policing force?
It is a combination guard, but it is mainly Githyanki guard. Githyanki trains the guard. Githyanki houses most of the guard. However, you do know that the Sisters of Shar presence in the guard has increased of late. It seems like there are more and more of that house as well contributing, usually with 1 or 2 members in larger patrols or larger action units. The gate, not so much patrolling the Inran's Keep or anything, but definitely some Sister Shar around town. As for the other houses, no representation in official-looking town guard.
Okay, so I guess to clarify our job description here, we're supposed to go and make sure that the people in the clans and guilds of this town have what they need and to spread the word of the city. Do we have authority to do certain things that need to be done under your name? Are we part of like the security force kind of thing? Like, I mean, kind of, it's a little bit like meta outside of this, but like, are we a dread for this town where like we can, do things that need to be done? Or just
that's
reporting?
an interesting question. Now, I thought it went from kind of a simple question to a more complex question. You're asking if you feel that from the information you've received while you've been in town, do you feel like this group would be well received amongst the houses and the townspeople? Is that kind of what you're getting at?
Well, I'm more asking if the houses ask us to do things, and these things do we have then the power to do them? I guess whichever they happen to be.
You don't know without asking, so that might be something you have to ask him. But you do know that the Gith have assumed and are granted, in a sense, the role of primary authority as far as certain. So this is good forever. So this is information you can decide to share if you know. But you have learned kind of a little bit of how the town works, just from asking about the house leaders and everything. Whenever there's a situation that needs action beyond what would be considered day-to-day maintenance and of the town, the 5 leaders meet away from town and they discuss. The people in town really don't know the details of those meetings, but they do know that they're from what people mostly know is that those tend to actually go without confrontation. Generally. Now I'm going to ask you to give me an investigation check to see if at some point you kind of followed up with any stories.
Okay. Oh. I rolled a 2, so I'm guessing it's still pretty low.
Yeah. Really, just the people that you've heard people you've gathered the general information about have been just people talking like at drinking tables and not from any real official source.
So I guess then our job really is just to report and then have you decide on the next course of action.
This year, is this what you're actually asking him now?
Yes. I'm just trying to clarify the job description that we're being paid 5 gold a day for.
Yeah. So, look, you guys went through that whole rigmarole out there to get this, and I know the money. I know you guys seem like you understand that this money is more than just going out and hauling bales of hay for people. I mean, come on. I want value out of you, and I believe you'll give it to me. because I'm going to reward you. And hey, he kind of looks around, and he flashes this smile, and you just see he has this way of switching from kind of previously he kind of got a little dark and intimidating. Not a lot, but then there's a switch. There's a switch that it seems that he just turned on. Big smile, and he says, "You guys are like, I don't think anything I've said so far has anything I said given you guys pause. Do any of you guys have reservations?"
Calliope is gonna ask, "What do you value?"
That's a good question. See, I knew you'd understand value. I value my position. I value success. And for me, success means exactly what I described before. Success means going out there and making Gorespire Keep a place, a destination with a good economy and helping these people out. Now, this system we have has worked for decades. You know what? I mean, you guys are going to get close. You're going to learn how this all works out. And as you give me information, we'll talk together. Maybe you guys will have some good ideas.
Lord Havesh, kind of jumping off of what John was asking about exactly what you want us to do here. It seems pretty open-ended, which sounds pretty sweet. But if you really want, you know, as you say, to make Gorespire a destination, and you want us to look into the safety of the town and keep our eyes on like the general operations of the houses, it kind of feels to me like maybe there's something already lacking. Is there something a direction you want us to kind of start with? Because I wouldn't assume you would bring us all here and pay us 5 gold a day if there wasn't already some issues, maybe.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I knew you guys were smart. So, it's worked. True. But there are some of these houses that constantly work against me. Which I have been taught to understand that gives the townspeople a little bit more comfort. It's not everyone bending to my will. It's not my favorite. I'd much rather prefer, you know, that I could get my way all the time.
Do you mind what houses specifically are working against you?
Yep. No. One of the hardest groups, I believe, for you guys to get in good with will be the Misfits down below in the tunnels.
The Misfits?
Yep. Their leader, he goes by the boss. He is crazy. He will risk his housemates' lives for stupid shit. Now, I'm not going to tell him how to do his thing, but he constantly is a thorn in my side. A literal fucking thorn in my side.
Is he like a druid?
No.
He said literal thorn.
No, not like a druid. You'll see when you meet him. He's got some claws. I mean, I trust that you guys will have quick. I would suggest you guys learn about them as much as you can before making that interaction. Trying to maybe get your names, I don't know, but I would tell you any way that I could imagine trying to get in with them probably would not work. You guys have met Varaka. The Sisters of Shar have been, for the most part, agreeable to the situation. But she has her eyes somewhere else. I do not trust that she is 100% complacent with my house holding majority kind of control and authority. She knows, she's smart though. She knows not to make a move.
Okay.
And then, honestly, the Lost, Zarok, he comes and he gets his opinions in on what we could do more for the people of the town, and we do our best to oblige, and his voice is heard. That's kind of the best we can do. And the Night Watch with Finric, they have their eyes set outside these walls. Sure they'll help out in times of need. They definitely play a role in keeping townspeople safe, travelers in and around the area. Having them on patrol, especially out in the Badlands, will definitely give more people comfort when making their way over here.
So these are, you mentioned some of the houses that are maybe not quite aligned with you and on board with you in your reign and what you're doing, but who is on your side? Who can you really trust?
Well, give me an insight check, and I'll let anyone also give the check, because I'm assuming you guys are really kind of trying to soak in all this information. So you're actively kind of.
Not bad. Insight?
Mm-hmm.
That's a 23 with a roll in 19.
Ooh.
22.
Nice.
So 22, 23, right? What else?
Beats my 12.
12. Your dice are doing great, John.
I know.
Sheree?
13.
13. You guys notice, John and Calliope, Lupin and Calliope, you guys notice a change. Again, it's that switch again. It's that, how do I describe it? It's as if his mood changes, and it literally is just kind of across his whole persona. And you're kind of hit with this confidence. Shay and Envy, you notice as he's kind of sitting there, he kind of you can't see me on the screen, but he's reaching right where his cloak connects to his armor. His hand was kind of sitting here at the table just above, like just right around his chest. He kind of takes his finger and he kind of rubs a dragon pendant holding his cloak on. And smiling, he says, "Now, Baraka will do as I say, because she understands a true alliance. If I need, I can get the biggest threat this town has ever seen. I can get it to the gates quickly. So, they all listen. And for the most part, I've been reasonable. But now I have a plan. Now I have vision for this town. And I'm not going to let them get in my way." And that's again one of those switches where the smile goes away. But after that, he sits back. After just a tense, little tiny tense moment. Now, I'm not looking for anything dramatic yet. There is importance to public view and public opinion. Yes, I need this information. Yes, I need to know if they are plotting against me. Yes, I need all of that. But to the people, I need you guys to do good. The more they trust you, the more comfortable they'll be, and the more information we can get, and we can go towards this common goal of making Gorespire Keep profitable for everyone.
Need us to build our reputation. Sorry, Shri.
Say one again. Shay, go ahead and say what you said.
I was saying you need us to build up our reputation.
Yeah, yes. I need you guys to don't let them down. If you build up their trust, you got to keep it. I have done that over decades. Ask around.
Shri, were you gonna say something?
It was along the same lines of what you were asking, and then he answered it.
Don't mean to take up more of your time, and sorry, you guys, I have a lot of questions. I just, again, kind of jumping off of what Lupin was saying, is not that we're going to be jumping into anything immediately, but in the situation that we need to show representation that we work for you, is there something that shows our authority, or how do we present ourselves?
Those cloaks you bear. Remember, y'all all got cloaks.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Cloaks. Thank you. Forgot about the cloaks.
Which, by the way, help yourself to the guard armory. There will be armor and weapons. Nothing too fancy, just common arms. Anything you would need there. But I have made it known to the other houses. They know what this emblem here, which is the two dual scimitars kind of crossed over. They know what this means.
Cool.
Now, I must excuse myself. And Vesta speaks up. She says, "This is all great, but..." That it went away. I don't want to wait. I want to know what you have in store for me. He says, "That's fair. Why don't you come meet me in my office?" And they take their leave. And as you watch them leave, you hear the sound of a clanking plate. As you look over, and as soon as Havish's back is turned, Lisso has started diving into the food that has been brought and prepared to this dining room table. It is a feast of smoked meats and ribs, and with strong herbal glazes, and some kind of potato dish, mashed, but still kind of some kind of seasoning ball in it that kind of crumbles as you pull through it. Great wine, breads. Our dessert is already down with a fresh fruit kind of baked into some kind of large pastry.
Way to make me hungry.
Yeah,
This is
for
so
real.
good. Keep going.
Lisso is digging in, and she looks up and kind of sees you stare, and she's like, "Guys, I don't know if you've ever had fancy food, but you gotta try this. This is really good."
If I can, I would probably whisper to Envy and say, "Hey, you're a cleric, right?"
On certain angles, yes.
Do you have a detect poison kind of spell on you?
No. Should I?
I'm just curious if you did. If you don't, it's fine.
It's been a long day. I'm kind of spent, as they say, in
No
certain
worries.
aspects.
Just curious if you did. Thanks.
Envy's like, "Oh no."
Are you guys eating? Yeah. Okay. Just want to make sure. Now that question was asked.
I mean, here's Lupin, really think you poison us after all of that? After everything we went through?
Maybe with the potion.
After after narrowing us down out of the best, out of hundreds of thousands, you saw that crowd. Bring us up here after all of that to kill us.
Or could one of you detect magic? Any potion type thing mixed in with our food?
Fortunately, I'm pretty spent too. I did take that bubble bath.
I
That's
think
taking 12.
it would just take me 10 minutes or so.
I'm willing to wait.
Right at that point, Lisso puts her fork down and goes, ah. Guys, he's not gonna poison us.
No, Shay dives right in.
So
I will detect magic over Calliope and maybe Lupin's food just to see over
So
the
you-
next 10 minutes.
10 minutes. So you're not eating. You're. The way I see this happening is that, like, for the next 10 minutes, you are like drawing out kind of runes around their food.
Like he
Sauce?
has a big old plate of meat.
Are you waiting?
I mean, I'm not eating anything right now.
You're not eating right now. Calliope, are you waiting?
Yeah, as far
Okay.
as I'm concerned, I've got a plate of food and I'm talking and looking at people and trying to figure out how I feel about this whole situation.
I know his son lost like that title, but did he leave after, or is he still
He
just
stormed out. He
like,
did.
such a
Oh,
child?
that.
He stormed out pretty much right away. As Lisso is eating, she kind of knows. She sees you guys waiting. She sees you doing this ritual right here on the perfectly awesome, fancy ass dining room table in the grand dining room of Enron's Keep. And Lisso is kind of watching you eat, Shay. She slows down. She's picking it like a rib. She's kind of just picking the meat off the rib. She goes, "What are you?"
Just go around asking everybody what they are.
If I haven't seen someone,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I get this question all the time. Just pulling your tail. I don't know.
You pulling his tail?
I actually have a tail. Like we
All three of them have it.
I'm just fluffing your fur. Ooh, these are good. I gotta write these down for later. Sorry. You know, I'm not sure.
And just for the moment, let me just to clarify, Lupin and Calliope, you can decide if you want to converse as they converse. Envy, you have to be kind of wrapped up in the ritual as you're casting it, but Lupin and Calliope, you're kind of at times having to like move away and let him get in your space so he can finish the rune around your food plate. And Lisso says, "Wait, what did you respond? Sorry, what was last?"
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I get asked this a lot. I haven't the slightest idea.
Oh, that's mysterious. Okay. I gotta say, I kind of left you. I saw you behind, and then didn't see you up at the front. How did you how'd you manage?
Oh, I mean, I cast visibility, and I jumped on like another player, and I like flew to the top of the tower, and I just like I got there.
Well,
No. I almost didn't make it, and it was a close call. And thanks to this one, looking over at Lupin,
I tipped
it's
my
you
head.
actually that I made it to the top.
that's why. Yeah, I swear you guys would have known each other before, but
Nope. So,
But I do owe you one. Count on it.
wow.
Okay.
I assume that you'll get that chance. I have no idea what we'll be doing for like, but guess we'll see.
I'm real intrigued. What about you guys?
I mean, information is fine. If it comes to like, hey, go rough up these people. I'm less enthused about that.
For me, I guess it depends on why they need roughing up.
True.
But I am suspicious of anyone who holds their power above all else.
Else?
It seems like it's not that bad here, though. I mean, imagine if you're in Polstrom or something. You can't walk down the street bumping into people that are working for someone looking for information. Seems like here we might just, success. He values success, and see us having a chance of being successful here.
He values success, but with a strong hand in tradition, and sometimes traditions need to be changed.
Well, also, what happens when he's not successful? I mean, he's pretty much threatened to potentially burn down the town. I mean,
exactly. Secret weapon of his.
he seems fine if you were on his side, or at least will play with his side.
That sounds accurate.
So,
I don't know about you guys, but I kind of live by this "it's good until it's not" mentality. My last thing was not good, so I don't know about you guys.
I mean, my last thing wasn't good either, but I don't want this thing to also go south.
And I worry, at what point would he give up power if there were needing to be a shift? Or if he would ruin the entire town to keep it? I have been places before where they've completely ruined all the natural resources in order to keep power.
I didn't catch your name.
My name is Calliope.
Why?
And
I'm just... Shay's like kind of just squeezing it a little bit, just dropping her voice, like, a little bit. It's like, these are all valid questions, but we are sitting at his dining room table, and the guy likes to value information, and might be wise to keep certain questions so maybe we're outside.
that is fair.
Just saying. We don't know who's listening.
So, the ribs here, from what animal do they come?
Lisso looks at him and kind of says, "This, I think, is some kind of pig. Wild boar, maybe." So, where'd you guys come from?
Where
Look,
did you come
okay.
from?
Do I spirit fingers over here?
It's okay. It's okay. I just, it's the first night. I don't know. I've never done anything like this before.
Well, you said something went south before. Where was that before location?
I mean, it's happened a couple times, but and have you guys ever been on the seas?
I mean, I've crossed the sea.
I mean, like, worked on the seas.
No.
No, I'm a land dweller.
I am for now, that's for sure. It's good for a while, but it's just as rough out there as it is here. I mean, here you can hide in a building, you can hide underground in a cave. Out there, there's no real place to hide.
Well, I come from a land down by the bogs. It's Orosher. Have you heard of it?
She says, "Yeah, I know the area, the bogs. I know there's a lot of towns down there. I'm sorry, I don't know that one specifically. Well, what brings you up here?"
Call to adventure. As much as I love the Oroshur area and the people, it's better suited for me to be out and sending coin back for help and support.
That's very noble of you.
Well, some of us are not meant to have as you would call, a normal life.
Well, I've had plenty of adventure in my life. I wouldn't call my life normal, but I wouldn't even have anyone to send money to if I. Hopefully now I would have the opportunity, but I'll just have to find some other use for it.
A sneaking suspicion none of us have led very normal lives, which is why we're here at this table. Hey.
I would probably agree with that statement, yes.
Well, no doubt to your skill. I actually had a lot of fun with that little event.
You were quick. I give you that.
You were unreasonably quick.
Quite a worthy opponent.
I have speed on my side. It's just a thing I can do.
It's very impressive.
Trained to do, or have you always had the natural ability?
I can help you answer this if you need it.
I mean, I guess kind of. Was I born kind of with this?
The way I look at it, like, so you get the racial traits when you make a character for D&D. It's kind of out of this meta a little bit, but I would imagine that some of those traits only come to those who look for adventure and get their first level in like a class of hero, you know? So I would say that most Lupinal can't get speeds that fast because they haven't trained in that motion. That motion isn't a way you're brought up unless you are meant to fight or be an adventurer, be a fighter, be a warrior. So I'd say like most Lupinal, they aren't so much born with the ability. You're born with the capability, but it's a trained thing.
I guess my more question would be, well, that is fine with that, and
I see what you're about to. Yeah. Let's say that it came very natural to you. That's what your mom told you.
Sure. Okay.
She said you learned it quicker than other kids.
I kind of always had the ability. As some of the things you saw in the race, I like the shadows and they like me. So.
Very well. I do train quite a bit in the movement and martial arts. Yeah, actually, back in Oroshur, before I decided to take up the life of an adventurer, I taught the town physical abilities, movement, and health. It didn't suit me, really, not my temperament, but I learned a lot while I was teaching.
So what was the catalyst to make you go on this life of adventure? Sounds like you had a nice spot to be in to live a normal life.
Oh, well, normal didn't suit me. And I realized I could help. I could be someone who offered to save people from the dregs of society who would go around and hurt people for their own gain for no reason other than to benefit.
At this moment, Envy, you finish your ritual cast of Detect Magic. Now, this gets tricky because you do notice magic on everyone. So aside from several items on each of the people at this table, even Lisso, you do notice some other things. There are some hidden runes around the room, specifically behind tapestries, it seems, because like the way you detect magic, you see like the outline of magic kind of emanating light behind like a grayed out normal view of the room. So you see that some of the tapestries and like one of the shields, there are some hidden runes behind it. Pretty faint magic, but you would, places like this probably have some runes around for certain things. And you notice something new. You don't know if you've never seen it before because of where it is, but you see it now. There is a rune on the back of your neck.
Oh shit!
Wait, Envy notices a rune on the back of his own neck?
Mm-hmm. And that's not privy to any of the rest of you. But that's,
Of course.
Yeah.
Right.
That like just from mirror.
Oh, he's got eyes.
Right. It's because of weird. It's weird. You are looking around for this magical signal, and it's like you see this light, like what would be coming from behind you, and every time you turn, you can't see it. But then you kind of close your eyes, and as you close your eyes, as the vision of the room goes away, the spell is still showing you the location. And for some reason, in that moment, you kind of back out of perspective a little bit, and you can see the rune in full behind you.
Aside from that lovely note, are any of those runes behind like tapestries and stuff? They're not like evocation or anything, right? Like,
that's like the fire, like that's like damaging stuff.
yeah, that's like
evocation.
damaging
No.
stuff. Okay.
No.
And then the food itself is all clear.
Food is all clear.
Sweet.
You do notice one of the pitchers of wine is magical, but it's the vessel. It's the vessel that's magical. It's not the liquid inside.
Okay. I guess I'll point out like a couple of the runes throughout the room to show that like aside from us there's magic here. But like, yep, I think the food's good. I don't think there's anything. If it is, it's like man-made poison, and that's just, we'll find out in the morning.
Hi.
And thank you.
Oh, anytime. I mean, sorry it took so long. I didn't want anyone's food to get cold.
Still good. Still good.
She's on like her second bite.
I need to start picking up fistfuls of meat and just like.
It's funny because I didn't say it out loud, but like from the very moment we sat down and everyone started talking to Lord Havesh at the end of last session, like I already imagined Shay like was just like casually like chewing on a turkey leg as she was talking to him, like super casual about it, like just so ready to eat after that race.
For sure. Lisso says, "Well, I'm gonna switch to dessert," and she takes the plate and serves herself a little piece of this bread stuff, and she starts digging in. She just first bite, she goes, "Oh man, there's no way we'd ever be able to take this out on a boat with anything like this out on a boat with us. It'd be moldy within a week." She just starts digging into the pastry.
I just tell Lizzo, you might want to slow down a bit. It's good. It's also very rich. You're probably gonna have a stomachache tomorrow. It might be worth it to you, but just
Give
letting
me
you
a
know.
persuasion check.
I mean,
Yeah, I know you're not like trying to persuade
That's
her.
heartfelt advice.
I
Yeah,
know,
like,
but
I'm
like
just-
this is more for the critical fail. Because yeah, I just need to know you don't critical fail it.
I don't. I rolled a
Okay.
5.
Using her fate.
10. Yeah, 10 total. So.
She says, she kind of looks at you and she takes like a big bite. Thanks for the heads up. Keep it in mind.
Don't tell me what not to eat. Mm.
At that
Friendly
moment,
advice.
Swinda comes in and says, sorry to interrupt, but Lisso, Lord Havesh would like to have a word with you now, if that's okay. Go ahead and give me an insight check as you turn to regard her as this news is given to her.
Ooh.
Lisso. Yeah, Lisso. Swinda is telling Lisso that Lord Havesh...
Who's doing the check?
Any one of you guys, because again,
okay.
like I feel like y'all are all involved in this series of events.
Oh, okay. And you said
25.
insight?
Insight. 25? Whoa.
21.
21. Is this going to be left right again?
Yeah, right.
John?
Oh no, they're eating.
4.
Yep. Cherie?
Oh. 13.
Yeah, you guys have been waiting for this good smelling food in front of you. You acknowledge Lisso as she stands up, but you don't really like paying attention. Shay and Envy, you notice true kind of a moment of disappointment and uncertainty. She kind of stands up, brushes herself off. She definitely had some meat scraps and bread on her her get up, and she says, "Well, that was quick. I wonder what this is about."
See you in a bit.
Yeah.
And if possible, Envy will just kind of like, seeing that expression, kind of like send out his emboldening bond, because he can do that a couple more times before the end of the night. Do
they have to stay within any kind of range, or is it just when you use it?
It's like 30 feet.
Yeah. You do it, and again, is there anything you say to her, or what do you do as you pass along this emboldening bond?
I imagine he's making his plate of like fruit for the night, and then seeing that, he'll probably like subconsciously do it, not knowing that he's doing it, sort of, and just like usher it out towards her.
Second
As
nature.
more of
cleric.
like a
Good
a
vibe.
good feeling, good vibe sort of thing, than anything else.
As your energy takes hold of her, she looks at you and smiles, as far as you can tell, very genuinely. Just a very genuine smile. She says, "Yeah, I'll let you guys know." And she walks out with Swinda.
Is that other guy that first introduced us into the room there?
The general.
You mean the
guy,
general?
or-
Yeah.
The general also left about the same time as Raishal left.
So is it us 4?
Just you 4 in the dining room, yes.
I'm gonna like whisper, kind of. Psst. Had a question. Didn't want to bring it up, but having this job from Lord Havesh is nice and all, but did you see how quickly he dismissed his own son? I kind of don't know how I would rank my position with him.
Wait, is Envy asking Swinda this or the table?
The group, you guys.
The group.
Oh, I'm so
you
sorry.
four.
That's not. I missed that part.
Yes, that troubles me as well.
I guess my question is, what if his son didn't make it to the last 7? I mean, he was trying out with the rest of us.
Even though he made it last, he still made it.
He did.
Still wasn't good enough, and still made the 7.
But his, I guess, importance wasn't good enough.
What little we do know about this Lord Havesh, he values position. That was the first thing he said, was position and success, and his son just...
But don't you normally typically breed your offspring for success?
I'm not passing judgment on what he did. I'm just saying that in his eyes, that wasn't successful enough. Clearly, he has a very high standard. So maybe we're gonna have this same high standard on us.
Do you all have like an idea of how you want to approach our position with him? I kind of want to see, or at least go to these different groups and see if there's a marking reason as to why they would go against him so easily.
Are any of you? Envy. I think that's a very good idea, and I'm also curious. Have any of you ever met anyone who's worked so closely with dragons before?
I have not.
No.
I have only met those of the dark that intermingle with dragons so readily. My fear is that
I've known people, but
my fear is that we would become tools of darkness.
Can't have that.
what gives you the impression that we're amongst darkness?
Well, dragons, power, position. He also has this thing when he speaks. Have you noticed? It's like switching spirits between ideas.
We all have a couple of different ways that we like to present to others, depending on what crowd we're in, what room we're in. Doesn't seem that unusual. And
Calliope's gonna get quiet and sit back and just kind of watch her.
Sits right back at holding her goblet of wine. Just, I wouldn't go so far to judge the guy's dark. Way too soon to tell.
I think for now, unless you've changed our mind, we have taken a job. So I say we do the job, find information until things change. We'll make a judgment call at that point.
I certainly intend to get paid 5 gold a day, and that's my motivation at the moment.
And that is also why I'm here, which I suppose we can see how this plays out.
Still, for right now, most of this technically aligns probably for what you need. I mean, this is probably going to be some kind of adventure for you. Not sure what it'll end up being, but an adventure nonetheless. And 5 gold a day. You can't beat that too much.
Envy, what say you?
I mean, today when Vesta gave me 3 gold coins just now, that's the most money I've ever seen my entire life. So the prospect of 5 gold a day it's unfathomable in my mind. I did leave my village not for fame or fortune or anything like that, but sort of was drawn away from it. But regardless of wherever my path leads, however this job ends up going, I do hope that I'm true to myself over anything else. So if it comes down to the gold or me, probably will choose myself.
Very admirable, Envy. And where did you come from?
It's just a small village to the southwest of here.
Mostly west, a little south.
And did the village have a name, or is it just in that area?
Nameless village.
You can just name it.
Oh gosh!
Yay! Roll the dice.
Blank. Insert village.
About
name here.
Village? I know
Tulak.
Village so
Village.
well.
Village is good. Village.
Village is actually got really some wonderful, resort side taverns. I mean, I've passed through Village. I mean, this is the most gold you've ever seen a day, though. I mean, I need to back up for a second. 3 gold. This is the richest you've ever been. This moment.
Yes, it's that.
Without even, taking off her eyes, Shay just, reaches into her coin purse and, produces 2 more and, sets them down on the table and, slides them over to you. And it's like...
No, I don't
No, this is
no.
fabulous.
See,
no,
see,
you
these
take
here,
that.
these
We are
lovely
gonna live it
coins that Vesta gave me is
Yes.
more than enough for anything. I am all the way good. I'm just going to eat
Sir,
my fruit.
I didn't even... It's Envy, right? I don't know if we
Yes.
properly... Shay, Envy. No, keep the gold. I will be getting more. Don't worry.
But aren't we all?
Yes.
How about this?
And
You
we're
keep
gonna
the
live it up,
gold,
and you are gonna...
You just
I'm
hold
just
on to
very
these
excited right
2 right here, and you slide them back. And if I ever am in a pinch, just like the pinchiest of pinches, I'll just be like, Shay, can you help a wolf in the wild?
I remember when I got my first gold piece, it was turning a bandit in who had robbed a store in a little village outside of mine. It was very memorable, mostly being able to bring the gold home and then seeing my mother's reaction when I did.
How big is your family?
Oh, it is just my father and my mother and I. But we live in a tribe, so... Well, I guess I used to live in a tribe.
So the money you're earning, you're sending back to them?
Them and also the other 2 villagers.
Oh, the whole
The tribe.
Wow.
I mean, selfishly, I do keep some for myself, but...
So selfish. So selfish.
My father wouldn't have it any other way. It's Torang, and my mother's Kalerma.
Such a righteous bunch.
Well,
Making me feel guilty over here. I haven't even done anything today.
we just learned that we have to share everything and work together in order to survive. It's a very small tribe, but we're doing pretty well now.
Thanks to you.
Sounds you have a very strong sense of family and community there. I appreciate that.
It may take a little while for me to warm up to people, but once I do, I like to keep those bonds.
It is getting late. You are drinking and talking into the night hours, I'd say comparably 10, 11 now.
Envy's on his 3rd dessert.
You notice at about this time, they've come to clear the plate. You still have your plates in front of you. They've left the dessert out. So you've got your plates, you've got the dessert, but they have taken all the plates away, and they have started cleaning. Like, they're going to just start cleaning even though you guys are still in there. You see that coming in.
Like,
Yep.
cleaning next to you. Closing.
The last table.
These guys,
No,
these
take
guards.
your time. Spritz.
Yeah.
We're trying to make the bonfire that's out back.
Yeah. One person's just standing there like smoldering.
I'll just ask this: is there anything else you guys want to do tonight? You can go back to your common rooms, your rooms, but let's ask the question: is there anything else you want to get accomplished tonight?
Envy will try and sneak dessert back and like head off.
Yeah, no one's stopping you.
I probably would stay here for the night, but before I would turn in, I guess I would like kind of like, I was like, say goodnight, but then like try to sneak away out. So
Okay.
So does Lupin go into like our shared quarters and then try and sneak out?
It
or
sounds
you try
like
and
he
sneak
said he
out from-
would.
yeah.
Okay.
From what I imagine he's saying is he'll say goodnight, he'll close his door, he'll wait a little bit, and then he'll just go out.
Can I roll to see if I notice that he leaves?
Are you like for a little bit? Are you actively listening for someone to open a door?
Well, I mean,
Or maybe
I'm just curious if I would know. Honestly, it's just out of sheer curiosity.
from what you said, sneak out. I would say Lupin make a stealth check because you would generally try to be sneaky, and then Shay, if you're not like actively sitting by your door listening, just go ahead and
Passive?
do your passive.
Okay, passive perception. Yeah.
Okay, so technically, because of my racial abilities, I have advantage on stealth checks at night time, but this is in a building. So what do you want me to do?
No, it doesn't count. It means outdoors at night.
That's
Right,
fine.
yeah.
Still pretty good though. 25.
You
Okay.
definitely don't have a 25 passive perception.
And I just kind of look over him and like, huh.
I just roll over while I'm sleeping. I'm like,
All right. So, does anyone else want to do anything else other than John?
Envy would have got back to his room and taking the silver spoon, try to cast detect magic again and see if he can like self-evaluate, self-diagnose what this tattoo is on the back of his neck.
Yeah. I'd say go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
Branded.
Oh, I hate saying it before. Yeah, that's exactly why I hate saying it before. A 10.
You have luck and inspo, don't you? Just saying.
Oh yes.
He does, yeah.
I'm using my luck to reroll.
I'm looking out for you, ADM
It's a
Junior.
3.
Oh no.
Okay, we're gonna use the inspo here.
Sure. 14. You now trying to get this actual perspective. You see that it's deep in the fur. It's like it's on skin. You've cast this spell before. It's a very like you've cast simple runes before, and that's what it seems to be. The magic isn't anything strong. It's a weak magic. But normally, the magical rune, when you look at it with detect magic, kind of lays on top of whatever material. This is deep at the base of your skin. And there is the energy with your roll, I'd say with the 14, you just know really that the energy, it's not divine purely, has divine aspect, but there's some other origin in there.
Okay. Not thinking too much of it, loosey goosey. He'll put the spoon down and then try and go to bed in this larger than large room.
Oh yeah, because you have it to yourself, don't you? Huh? Yeah,
Mhm.
you do.
I do one more thing before I go to bed.
Okay.
Vesta bounced. I take her room.
Yep.
Nice. Oh no, Vesta!
Bounced, I took her room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then Calliope is going.
Respectfully, Calliope. It has nothing to do with you.
No, it's
You've been
okay.
a wonderful roommate.
This is a good opportunity for Calliope to get a bed that fits her better. So Calliope's going to take the bed that Shay was in, and then take the other bed and push it up against the bed that I'm now sleeping in. So now that there's room for me to stretch and do some push-ups and do a bunch of sit-ups and kind of.
And Shay, you can hear that. You can hear some of the calisthenics happening. We're gonna call that the Calliope King bed.
Yeah, I love it.
All right, and then do you find sleep after a nighttime workout routine?
I actually find the this magical bathtub that I heard about, and I clean myself in the water, and then I draw the bath. I take a bath, and I leave the water in the bathtub.
So just to say, as you go towards the bath, there is a large arsenal, bearkin. It's hard to tell gender. Wearing kind of like a large dress-like gown, but like cinched with a belt. The gown is white with a black belt. And it has like a black collar. And as you approach, she says, "Are you taking a bath, ma'am? I can grab you the hot water."
Forgive me, what is your name?
Sorry, one moment.
My name is Calliope, and I would like to take a bath. I just would also like to know.
My name's Helinta.
Helinda. Do you work here?
I do now. Thankfully, a position opened up.
Huh. Calliope, sneakily, takes a sniff.
Give me that perception check, and let's go ahead and do it at advantage, I believe. Maybe? Yeah?
Okay, good. I'm gonna roll that again for sure. Let's see. Perception is gonna be at 16.
16? There's two competing smells here. You have the smell of fresh linen, freshly cleaned, kind of even pressed with heat linen.
Calliope likes.
The other smell is more subtle. Seemed like maybe something more sustained, but tried to get clean because it's not a pleasant smell. You can relate to not so much what, but where. When you were chasing through the stone buildings during the obstacle course, there was this smell.
How does that smell make me feel?
You are able to relate potentially that smell being poverty and sickness, just the smell of people who are in poverty.
Okay, thank you.
Desperate poverty. I don't know.
Okay. Yes, please. I would absolutely love warm water. Thank you, Helena.
It's my pleasure. And she goes and she comes back. I mean, she's basically carrying a vessel the size of the bathtub in the room, and she is just bear hugging, this barrel of steaming water. You can smell it. The water itself has a base, but as she pours it, she adds herbs to the bottom of the tub before she pours the water in. And as the hot water hits these herbs and flowers, the room fills with just an awesome aroma. This time, it actually is different from when Shay was there. There's more lavender. It's very kind of nighttime. It's the nighttime herb mixture.
Hey, nice.
Chamomile, lavender.
And Calliope is going to take a gold coin and give it to her. Thank you for your troubles.
Ma'am, I promise that I will get paid for my service.
This is a tip. I appreciate your hospitality.
Thank you. This means a lot.
Does the smell of poverty go away?
Nope. Magic!
If only it worked that way.
I know, right? No, so Calliope is going to just thank her and then enjoy the hell out of the nighttime herbal.
And as we kind of fade away from the scene, the steam filling the room, we're going to go on a break, and then we will come back and see what Lupin is up to. And then maybe you guys might get a long rest at some point. It seems like you're teasing it a little bit, but we will see. Hey guys, we're going to take 10 minutes, and then we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. See you in a bit.
Don't. In order.
Solon, a world caught just outside the blessed fields of Elysium. Home to the migrated Gardenals, celestial animal kin searching for adventure. The Sun Guard are the protectors of this realm, standing against the forces of evil that seek to disrupt a lasting peace. It has been over 100 years since Bel's dark invasion faltered at Boiler Bay. In the north, Pelor's warming glow bestows prosperity to the nations of light. But in the south, a new story unfolds.
Hey, welcome back. Yeah, so it was that's my fault for rolling again. 491 Phantom, you are the winner. Find me, call in Family Fantasy RPG on Discord, and I will get you your address so I can get those dice sent out to you. Brian Martial Arts, I'm very happy to have you here. We do have another dice giveaway at the end of the show. So right now, at this point, you can enter exclamation point critical to enter the giveaway. So it should still be up and working. Yeah. Got it. Good. Okay.
Mistakes were made.
So, we come back after Calliope is finishing out, we're going to say she's going to finish out her bath and then head to bed. Envy has already gone to sleep. Shay also, if I understand right, are you planning on going to sleep?
Dogs, hellhounds, they're wild in these
Crazy.
parts. I mean,
Their barks transcend the plains.
You know, they have a big bark, but little hellhound. What was your question, sir?
Did you want, I didn't think you had anything to do before bed tonight, but it's
Nope,
okay.
I'm good.
Just double
I'm
checking.
sleeping.
So we're going to follow Lupin. Lupin, you have decided to leave, no guard moves to stop you. You have the ability, the doors are closed now, but you've gone now from the entrance to the castle to your living quarters pretty easily. You do notice guard. The guard contingent here at the castle is substantial, especially beyond this foyer kind of area. You notice that these guest quarters that you're at in the keep, there's no additional hallway. There's no passage kind of beyond this. This is through the grand foyer to the left. It leads into the common room, then the bedrooms. There's nothing beyond that as far as a hallway is concerned. The hallways you see kind of between this area, there's some upstairs, there's some downstairs, and there's always at least one guard kind of at each of these hallway entrances from this foyer. And of course, several guards at the front at the grand doors into the foyer. And as you leave, you of course see guards, especially at night, with torches circling and posted up on the outside of the keep. Even down, as you're walking out of the castle and towards the bridge that you must cross to get to Gorspire Keep, along even the beach, along it's like recessed down to the shoreline, the rocky kind of shoreline with the aggressive waves that crash. There are guards that patrol the beach down there as well, holding torches at this time of night.
Were all the guards Githyanki?
Yes.
How many did I count? Just yeah.
Go ahead and give me a investigation check just to make sure you are able to count.
I'm just rolling D&D Beyond. So it seems better.
Yeah.
Investigation. It's not that much. Oh no. Sorry, that is not 20 so 24.
Yeah. You count about you notice like 8 inside the castle, including the front doors. And there's like 4 right in the front area of the castle, and you saw 1 down on the beach.
Okay. Alright. As I'm leaving out, I asked one of those guards, is there anything, I need to say, or just I come back later, just walk in?
Well, I mean, don't like surprise us or anything, but no.
Right,
I mean,
I'm not. Yeah. Cool. All right, I'm gonna be back. So.
You're free to go about you wish. What, man? Why did I make all the Githyanki like Texas gentlemen? That's how it is now. That's canon.
I know. Why'd you do that?
Yeah, it is. It fits.
Have a good evening, sir.
Howdy, partner. Here you are.
Now I want to see Lupin go boo as you walk by.
That's how Lupin died. So okay. Let's see. The first place I'd probably go to is where the Lost hang out, like their home there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know that as you make your way over there, you kind of pace yourself. You know these houses, these structures well. You go down the alleys, you know that currently there is a large population of Lost in the central area of this district. Sometimes they have to move around. For some reasons or other reasons, occasionally the Githyanki, and honestly sometimes lately even with a Sister of Shard too, have come and said, spread out. It's come as a guise of like public health, like spread out, like don't cluster as much. But you've known this group of people to find comfort in very kind of close. They don't trust anyone, and they're scared, and they cluster. So you kind of get into the area where now a lot of people have clustered recently.
While I'm doing all of this, I was gonna make sure that like I'm not being followed or tailed by anyone. Like for all the things
I'm just gonna roll off that crit investigation check you did and just say your mind is very, you're very detective kind of private eye mindset right now. You don't notice anyone following.
Okay. When I get to that Lost area, I guess, is there some like leader or head that I would have spoken to or known of?
Yeah, you know of Zarok. He is. You know he's a lizard folk. Very dark brown skin. It's highlighted with a light toned chest and torso. His head has resemblance of a horned toad with short fanning crest around his face. His eyes have a slight gray shimmer to them. You know he is no longer afflicted, but the hazy eyes, you have learned that to be something that really doesn't go away.
Right. Okay. So I find him. Is he still up, I guess, or is he,
You start to make your way towards him, and in fact, you don't run into him. Kind of sitting outside, working on knitting together. It looks like there's a shirt that's been ripped that seems to be mending. Let me find her name. Sorry. Actually, she wouldn't be there. Never mind. You find there is one of the people that kind of just is higher ranking, definitely a member that helps organize stuff, mentions that Zarok is sleeping at this time. He kind of works a typical type schedule, and he tries to get normal sleep.
Right. Okay. Well, I talk to this guy and say, I mean, do I know this person?
Yeah. We'll
Okay.
call him. We'll call him Davin. He's human. He has brown, long, kind of shoulder-length hair, just usually kind of behind him in a simple ponytail. Gruff kind of beard, but piercing blue eyes. Very organized. You can tell that he's usually up at this time of night because not many other people are. So he's kind of taken this time to kind of, he's the one that tries to, he doesn't have any official authority over like anyone else, but this is his time. Most people, when they need something at this time, they go to him.
Sure. So then, yeah, I would greet Davin and say, "Good evening."
Oh, Lupin, it's good to see you. What can I do for you? It's very late.
It is. I was hoping to speak to Zarok, but I assume he's asleep. I have an unusual request for the Lost, for a group.
Okay.
I'll probably be around a little bit more, and so, if you need some help with things, I can probably, do that. But as a personal request, would you mind if something came to you with, say, an X on it? Could you save it for me and give it to me when I see you?
If something came with an X on it, I'd like, what
Like
is
a letter.
a letter?
It really-
Okay.
be
An
sure,
X. A single
X.
An X.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can. We don't really get mail. Would it?
Right. I know. Just I'm taking some precautions now. And so if anything happened to look like that, just simple X, just save it for me, and when I buy, just hand it to me.
Yeah, I can do that. You're working for him now, huh?
For now. Again, it probably everything was fine, just taking some precautions.
Yeah, we can do that. I just, a lot of people have been talking. You're gonna help us?
I mean, hopefully I'll help all of Forespire keep, but yeah.
There's a lot of people here that value what you bring. Don't leave us.
It's not the plan. So I will try to send them as help as I can. So
All right.
with that, I'm going to give him a gold piece, and kind of shaking his hand, I palm a gold piece to him and say, "Have a good night."
It's good to see you. We'll see you soon, yeah?
You will.
Awesome. Good night.
Okay. Second spot go to would be home. Is there a back way into my home?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'd probably go through that and not the front door.
No one is awake. The house looks prepared for night. Nothing out of the
Right.
ordinary. You're able to get to your room.
Okay. That really ultimately wasn't my goal. I would actually go probably see my mom, who's probably asleep, but
She is asleep.
okay, so then what I would do is write, I guess, a letter to her, and in it pretty much say that, I have taken this, new position, and I want to tell you more, but for your safety, I feel that right now you not being connected with me would probably be the best case. If you need to contact me, write a letter and give it to the Lost, put an X on it, and I'll write you back as soon as I can. I love you. I will be safe. And then, put an L. And then, put it. It's kind of like in the front kitchen area. So.
Okay.
All right. Then work. So.
As you approach the Spire Song Tavern, the festivities have seemed to rouse some spirits in Gorespire Keep. Potentially the more frisky and fun-loving crowd. Spire Song Tavern is lit tonight. It's banging. Full up. The music, like as you approach, you hear the music and you've heard this set, the band, the playlist. This is the playlist they kept in case there was like a party coming to town. Like they are putting it all out, and people are streaming out. Occasionally, you see the door open. The door is constantly going back and forth. People coming in, going out, enough to even there is a line out front. You get up there though, and working the door is Mr. Jaron Hill. Give me a perception check.
Okay. Perception. 18.
Yeah.
So soon.
You notice that he's wearing like leather armor. It's way too big for him. And he has essentially stuffed it up a bit with a cloak over it to make himself appear bigger. But for the most part, you get a sense of he is commanding the situation. There's a line. Everything seems fine. And he actually smiles as you approaches and gives you like kind of a goofy wave. You notice like his arm doesn't go up quite as high. He forgets that he's not fully mobile right now, but he gives you like let him are you going in?
I'm going in. Good to see you.
You too.
I'll be back out to talk to you about proposition.
Okay. You walk in. You get the view of the place, and of course, this open common room that is the main part of this tavern for the bar. Lush seats, tapestries hanging silk, translucent kind of from the ceiling to cordon off and make more private areas among this large floor. Very hookah lounge feel. And it is indeed packed. However, you take a second and you realize that it's a good night. Sometimes when there's this many people in there, it can get out of hand. But so far, people are being rather cordial and everything seems to be under control. You do spot, it seems like they did call maybe people that normally wouldn't be working this shift. This is kind of like a Sunday night almost. And you do spot Trish out there serving drinks amongst the patrons.
I would try to see if I can like make eye contact with her and like try to get like, hey, if you have a second when you're not working. So you do. It takes you a second. She works. She's very focused when she works, and she's working very hard. But you kind of position yourself near the bar, knowing that she'll make a circle back towards the bar relatively often, and you catch her eyes, and of course that smile, like just the instantaneous like recognition smile, that kind of fades quickly as she looks over and guides your eyes over to Jillian Chalmers. Drow female, stern look on her face. Immediately has already caught your eyes as well, and she looks stern for a second and then turns away, seemingly to check out something at the bar. if I catch her eyes, I don't avert. I look straight at her. So.
There's a good connection, and I mean, you don't have a horrible relationship with her. She appreciates hard work. You've had disagreements before, though, not about you. And Trish goes up to the bar, drops off empty glasses, and kind of puts up a finger and walks over to you and says, "Lou, you picked a night of nights to come in here while I'm working. What's up?"
Just stopped in to say that I probably won't be around, at least not in the normal capacity much anymore. Got a new job, so yeah, just felt that I wanted to make sure that,
She says,
just didn't leave.
she stops you and says, "Lou, actually, we might even see each other more. I mean, at least outside of this place."
Maybe. I don't know what this is totally going to entail yet. But
From what I've been told from around here is that you guys are supposed to help strengthen the bonds, help mediate. Baraka doesn't really buy it for one bit, but that's what she said.
Wow. Anyway, so until this is all said and done, if you see me, that's great. If you don't, you might not for a while. If you ever need anything, though, I give her the same spiel. Need to reach me, write a letter, put it next to the Lost.
You really think you think it needs to be that secretive?
Right now, I think I shouldn't be connected or known to too many people because it could be collateral damage later. Just as a precaution, maybe I'm over cautious for this, but
Okay, but I can't promise that if I need you, I'm not going to come find you.
and if you need me, come find me. That is fine.
Okay, well.
Yeah.
All right. Well, don't disappear. If you can make it in. If I don't see you for a week or so, I'm gonna get worried.
I'll try to check in.
Okay.
Have a good night.
And she gives you a hug.
I hug her back.
And right as you give the hug, you hear a quick, sharp whistle. And when she turns, you catch eyes too, and it's Jillian, and she's pointing, and there's a line of drinks at the bar waiting to go out. Yeah. She says, "All right, take care." And she turns quickly and walks away.
I would actually then next see Jillian.
So you walk up, and when she notices that you're making the way towards her, she walks towards you directly and says, "Lupin, my work wasn't good enough for you?"
I mean, it's hard to pass at 5 gold a day.
Look, I heard the spiel. I know you've got a new employer now.
I do, but seems like part of that job description is helping those around town, which includes Sister of Shar, which includes, well, you. So
night one of the job, you're coming here and offering your help.
I mean, again, right now I'm just here to, make sure Gorespire Keep is safe and has, good reputation and, can help everyone in town. So,
well, I'll give you the mistress's response. How about that? We're always looking for new recruits. We, stronger Sisters of Shar would equate to a stronger Gorspire Keep, as per his own words, right?
This would be true.
We're always looking for new talent.
Have you personally had many dealings with Lord Havesh?
No. Baraka, our mistress, really prefers to handle that interaction herself.
Do I know kind of where Jillian is kind of in the hierarchy of the Shar? Like,
You
is
know
she
she's in the
lieutenant
inner
or-
circle. She's in the inner
Okay.
circle of Baraka. She's definitely an officer type position. However, you know that like majority of her time, her focus is the tavern.
Right.
She's the manager of the tavern. That's how she helped. That's how she is Baraka's agent, is through managing this tavern.
Are there multiple taverns that are run by Sister of Shar in the town, or is it
Just
kinda
this
like
one. This is
Okay, all right, okay.
But yeah, you know, I'll think about it. I'll think
Okay,
on it.
well, hey, I am an olive branch of Lord Havesh, so if you need aid, let me know and I can see what I can do.
You know, really, you know this, but the people that work here, the people under my purview, are pretty happy. And you know, I mean, you have Trish's word, but you also have talked to all sorts of other employees too. And you know, for the most part, the people that work here make good money in comparison. Probably the best money in town in
Right.
a lot of fields, you know? And
Right. Okay. All right, well, again, like I said, didn't want to end on bad terms because, again, just opportunity came up.
she smiles at you and says, "This is unexpected, Lupin. I always kind of took you as a quiet strength."
Seems like this position will make me grow. So,
All right. Well, cheers to that. And she grabs 2 shot glasses off of the bar and offers up one to you.
sure.
Yep. Slams it down with you.
Yeah.
Anything else?
All right, Jillian, I'll be seeing you. They'll be around.
Have a good evening.
You as well. All right, last stop before going back would be talking to Jaren on
Out
the
the door.
outside. Yeah.
When you come out, there is a little bit of a conflict, and Jaren is. You see him handling a couple guys just right out front that are pushing, going, "Hey, I was in line first. No, I stepped away. I had to pee, man."
I'll if he needs any help, I would kind of assert myself and like think you both kind of walk it off. It's been a long night, huh, gentlemen?
So more persuasion.
Sure.
Go ahead and give me persuasion.
Ooh, 9.
This in this. Go ahead and give me advantage because you have a reputation. You've worked the door here.
It's better. 15.
Yeah. They acknowledge and they say, "All right." And Jaren says, "Look, you'll both be in just a couple more minutes. People are starting to filter out." I don't know if Jaren was Southern. He's not young. People are starting to filter out. Don't worry. And he looks at you and goes, "Thanks."
So how's the night going? How's the job?
You know, it's not bad. If you aren't coming back for a while, I'll be happy to take it over. And so far as I can tell, they haven't fired me yet. So I mean, I'm sure I'm doing good enough. Hasn't been any incidents. The band's pretty fun to listen to.
I mean, if you're agreeable, I would be glad to have you take over the position. It seems like I'll be indisposed for a bit. So
Works for me, and you know how we do. I'll use what I can, and we'll get the community something nice.
I thank him. And I'll say, keep collecting whatever Jillian pays you. I'll I'll take care of you. And yeah.
I know you will.
I forget her name. What is his wife's name?
Carol.
Carol. That's right. Well, have a good night, and when you get back in the morning, wish Carol, have a good day.
Yeah, I'll probably see her for like 10 minutes and then pass out. She's an early bird.
You get used to it. It takes a little bit.
I'll get on it, yeah.
All right. Well, hopefully have an uneventful night.
Yeah, I can imagine. It can't keep going like this for too much longer. This is Gorspire Keep.
Good luck with that.
And his attention is pulled away. One of the other guys is now pissing on the ground. And the guy's like, "Hey, don't get me!" As you walk away.
All right. At that, yes, I'd go back to the keep, and at that point, it's probably super late. At that point, I would probably no one might be there. I'll just go into a bath.
You're gonna do a bath?
Yeah.
All right. There isn't. There isn't water in the tub. It's been cleaned, and there is like a metal large basin with a bowl in it, with not hot water, but warm water. But this is like
fine.
the after hours option.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. You take a bath. You find your bed. You find sleep. Calliope. You have considered yourself pretty lucky, where your dreams usually come as reminders of home. The good childhood, the good times, the fun, the playing. As you've been traveling, you have had an occasional bad dream, but for the most part, you really revel in your dreams. And tonight starts no different. You are living, you're in this memory, you're about 8 years old, and you are playing tag with town kids as you normally do. These bogs, they grow rice and other crops that usually grow out of this shallow water. And sometimes the fields, in order to replenish them, go fallow. They do a cycle of fallow, and when those fields are fallow, the reeds grow super tall, and it just creates this maze of swampy reeds. And this is one of your favorite places to play hide and seek. And your memory as you're dreaming is pushing through these tall reeds, laughing, hearing kids running behind you through the reeds. You feel the joy of this innocence. You feel like a kid again in this dream. You've had this dream before, along with all these other memories. This is just one that seems to cycle back around. The storm clouds are overhead. It's not a rainy day, a typical day. And you're running, and all of a sudden you realize the sounds are changing around you. The kids laughing and talking fade away. And you hear waves crashing. But you're still kind of pushing through these reeds, and you're walking, and you finally push through the last little bit of reeds. It opens up, and you're at the coast. This new place you've just seen, but it's in your dream vivid. The waves crashing against a raised cliff edge that you are just 20 feet away from in the sunrise. Orange sun with rays beaming through clouds close to the shoreline. You close your eyes and you breathe in as you feel the warmth as you've never felt it before. And you are filled with just relaxation and warmth. You hear the waves crashing, you hear the wind kind of whipping around you, but it is calm and it's pleasant. And you find yourself drift further into sleep. You all wake up the next morning. Long rest, health back, spells back, all the good stuff. There is no sun that comes in. There's no windows. But the doors are built in a way where the bottom, there's a good inch and a half, 2 inches, and as candles are lit around the foyer, there is sun, there are windows and sun that can come into this foyer and fill with natural light. So the common room has light coming under its door that seems to fill out the floor that goes to the kind of your room's doors, and y'all see like light coming in through your door, kind of representing morning time.
There's something I want to do in the morning as people are up and like we could be loud. I'm the only one in the bunk bedroom, right?
No, you're not in the bunk bedroom. Lissa was in the bunk bedroom. You had your own room.
Yeah.
Did I?
Mm-hmm. Or actually, I guess L could be Lupin. Never mind. Sorry, there were 2 L's. That was silly of me.
Yeah.
You were in the bunk bedroom. That's correct.
That was by myself, right?
You were by yourself in the bunk bedroom, yep.
Okay, so early in the morning, they might wake up to me moving around some of those bunk beds.
Mm-hmm.
Because what I'm going to do is essentially turn, one is like where I'm going to sleep, but the rest of them will be essentially become an agility course.
So basically, kind of a mirror to Calliope's room.
Yes, it's not the strength room though, it's the agility course.
Very cool. Yes, so I would say the pushing of wood on stone floors does rouse most of you guys in the morning. Lupin, you are getting luck and inspiration, I think both, from Xenobite. Sorry if I missed any other ones.
Thank you.
Who would be the quickest out of their room? I know some people might have some morning ritual, but who would probably be the quickest to bound out and be in the common room?
Not Shane.
Probably Calliope.
So you wake and you make your way to the common room, and sitting at the table with, again, food. There are breakfast pastries. There's a large plate of scrambled eggs along with some kind of sausage-like meat. There is also a serving of like potatoes and peppers. A pretty nice spread. Sitting at the table is Lisso, dressed fully, and you can see her plate is full, and she has kind of a piece of toast that she's half eaten, and as you come in, she doesn't really look up, and she's kind of twirling this piece of toast.
First, Calliope is going to get a plate of sausage and potatoes, and she's not really sure about the eggs, but she tries some of those too, and then she's gonna go sit near Lisso and start off with, "Good morning."
Just real quick before I start this interaction, the rest of you guys, let me know if when you probably would be entering this, just based on time or whatever. Lisso gives you like a soft bow and a smile. She smiles. Good morning. I hope you slept okay. I heard. Was that you? That's your room. Was that you doing? Were you working? What were you doing in there?
Oh, just a little bit of releasing the tension from the day.
I typically just kind of pass straight out.
Not so much. I tend to feel quite active at night.
Well, to be fair, actually, I'm usually pretty active at night as well, but not so much recently. That was back in the day. Yeah. Apparently, whatever idea Havesh had for this group, he had something different in mind for me.
And are you troubled? What's happening?
It's just not what I wanted. I am supposed to do some exploration for him. He wasn't secretive about his mission or anything. Apparently, he acknowledged and admired my abilities in stealth and dexterity, and has asked me to explore the caverns below Gorspire Keep.
Huh.
Apparently, they're expansive and quite can lead to all sorts of things, and it's in his purview, it's in his perspective that he wants to know more.
Will you be going alone?
Yes, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, for this kind of mission, is how I prefer it. I was looking forward to being part of a team for a little bit.
Well, you are part of the team. Even if you're not with us, you'll be with us in spirit, as we will be with you.
I appreciate that, and yeah, if I had to guess, I'll probably have to get information from you guys as well, and give you information as whatever we do. I mean, I would assume they're connected, right?
That would make sense.
Well, I don't know. But yeah, he gave me some maps. He told me that some things to look out for. Specifically, he's really interested in historical stuff, ancient runes, ancient civilizations.
So, historical things all having to do with the whimsies. Excuse me. That's we call them whimsies when we're in company of family. Magic.
He didn't specifically say magic. I mean, he was pretty vague. I don't know. I mean, he was vague with all of us, and as far as a job goes, I mean, it seems like all I have to do is go explore, come back, report, and I'm gonna get the same pay. I'm gonna get the money. I could do that for a while, and maybe, hopefully, I'll find something he's looking for, and then he'll ask me to do something else. That's the best thing. That's the best way to look at it, I think.
You sound troubled. Are you worried?
Go ahead and give me an insight check.
Yeah. Oh, no. That's a total of 5.
She says, No. I'm confident in my abilities. I'm not scared. I have explored before. Like I said, it's simply a question of preference. I would have preferred this, but there is one. There are some good points to it. If I find some treasure down there, he didn't ask me to return it all. He said I would have a share in the treasure found. I'm the explorer, so who knows? Who knows what I can find down there?
Huh. Well, may your ancestors guide you.
Thanks. My immediate ancestors liked living on top of the world. So, but no, it'll be a new adventure. There's tons of people who'd love to search ancient caverns and ruins and tunnels and everything, and I'll make the best of it. Thank you, though. Thanks for understanding. And with the insight check, you get the idea that she's being genuine.
Oh, that she's what?
Being genuine. That she's confident. It does seem like kind of just it's a disappointment in preference. It's a I wanted the job as the team lead or team worker, and I got the solo guard poster. You know, it's like that kind of just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Calliope is just going to. Have you tried the sausage this morning? It's delicious.
At that, she takes a pretty large spoonful and plops it on her plate, and she takes her fork and she takes that first bite and says, yeah, everything around here is delicious. And she digs in now, feeling you can read it on her face, feeling better.
Cool. And Calliope's just taking clawfuls of meat and potatoes, and then she's not sure about the eggs, so she lifts up her plate and sniffs it and licks it, and then decides, okay, here goes nothing. Just eats it off of her plate.
I mean, if your character likes eggs, if Calliope likes eggs, then they are good eggs. Yeah, you get the feeling that the food that is here in this castle is top end. Fresh, well prepared, abundant. Lisso scarfs down her food and looks at you and says, so what about you guys? What do y'all know what you're doing? What are y'all doing? What's first?
Calliope's gonna burp and then pardon me, we haven't been given our first instructions yet. It's been somewhat, well, maybe not secretive, just we don't find out what we're doing, I don't think, until we're gonna go do it.
Yeah. I mean, if you really think about it, that does keep y'all close to his chest, you know? Like, he seems like he wants to be involved.
Yeah. Where are you from?
That's a good question.
No. Just curious if you have a lot of experience with Lord Havesh.
No, I'm new to Gorspire Keep. I was on a ship for a long time, years, and we landed at Sunrise Port, just a little bit west of here. I got off the boat just to walk around, just to get my legs on solid ground for a little bit. And I walked down the dock, and I walked out of town. Didn't turn back. I don't know why.
Well, I hope your new journey, your new path suits you.
Like I said, if you really put it in perspective, it'll be easier for me to hide in the Underdark down there than it would be on a ship. You know, that was my main. I think that's why. I think that's why I left. I felt like I didn't control my safety. You can only hide so well on a boat. Someone with a bigger boat comes along, or some scary monster in the ocean. You're chosen. That's it. You are lost.
What is it you're hiding from?
No, it's not. It's not hiding for something. It's just wanting something new. I tried it out. I gave it a really long shot. I enjoyed it for a while, but in the end, I just think I didn't enjoy it anymore.
Well, I understand that. I tried many things in my tribe. I was a teacher for some time, and movement and health, and I didn't have the temperament for it. I was asked to give up my position, and for a period of time I worked with several different people within my village. We did different things. I tried working in sales at the market. I tried going out and hunting. I tried helping the healer, and none of them really worked for me. So I understand. It wasn't actually until a really unfortunate event happened. There were bandits that came through town, and my temper problem helped. After that, I decided that maybe I should go off and hunt bandits. I became a bounty hunter, and it's really the only time I've ever felt alive. I don't do the same thing every day. I get to meet people and learn things about other cultures, and it was very uncomfortable at first. I mean, I grew up in a very small area. We all knew each other. It turned out to be very rewarding. So maybe this is that for you. It may look different, but maybe it's the right path.
She gives you a smile and says, "It's interesting how it doesn't matter who you are, race, background. It seems we let dramatic events give us reason to change. We let something horrible happen, and then we look back on it and say, well, I changed, and now I'm on a new path, now I'm doing something new. I wonder if there was ever a way, I should have learned how to just not let the bad thing happen, you know? Why can't I just change before something horrible happens?"
Well, I don't really understand either. I honestly don't love change, but I'm learning.
Well, let me tell you that it's not change that you have to be worried about. Change can be an escape, a safety. Be worried about not being able to change.
Yeah, that is a worry I carry with me at times. But as my mother and father always remind me that the ancestors are watching us, they're with us, yours are with you. They will guide you if you listen. They'll help you find the right change.
Yeah, haven't really been much of a ancestors kind of person. It seems to be something that comes with the childhood, not living on the streets. But that's good for you. It's okay.
You have no understanding of the spirit world?
Oh, I understand that for some people it can protect or help them, or they can draw on it, but I also understand that as a kid on the streets, being desperate, reaching out for something to force that change, for something to save me from some catastrophic event. Nothing answered. It was on me. I got out of there. I made the change. And since, I've never let myself be in a situation where I can't change.
Well, I feel like a spirit can't push anyone to do anything. You have to be willing to do it yourself, and then they help you. So maybe whatever it was that you needed to change, you had to carry yourself through it.
Well, sure. I could do that. I can look at it that way and say it's a growing experience. It was meant for me to fulfill my potential. It's a great way to look at it. I feel good about it. Didn't make it easier.
Well, and here we are.
Here we are. About to make the most money I've ever made in any given amount of time. And about to explore tunnels and caverns that may have never been I might be the first person, entity, thing to see them in hundreds of years.
With that, I feel like Shay was gonna be coming out of her little room. I imagine she's like wearing like a robe. It's like half open. She's like slightly hungover because she likes her wine. And she's like grabbing a plate and just sitting down next to the two of you guys having this conversation. Like, did you guys talk about, did I hear the Underdark?
Yes, I received my individual assignment. It appears our good Lord has a penchant for the deep dark. She looks at Calliope and kind of giggles. You can tell, like, she gives you a nod, kind of affirming that, like, her lighthearted take of it now. She's kind of giving you an acknowledgement that, like, you helped her get there. So yeah, that's I guess as soon as I'm done here, I'm going down.
Oh, leaving us so soon. That's Underdark, though. I've always been fascinated by the Underdark. I can't believe you're going there. Nobody's ever really been there, and that's gonna be really cool.
Well, yes, I mean, I don't really completely understand. I understand that there's where we are, and then there's a lot in between, and eventually you get to the Underdark. But from what I know, and she kind of takes out a map and shows you, it's very it's a very zoomed out map, and it's not detailed. It's literally like straight lines and dots, kind of, not so much actual cavern map trail, but more just like general direction points. And
Shay is like, if anybody was watching, Shay is like, as soon as she pulls out the map and any talk of this, like, her interest is very, very peaked and very, she's like kind of trying to play it cool, but she's very interested.
Lisso continues and says, from what I've been told, this whole area is just a mass network of underground tunnels. And she says, all stemming from Folly Peak, and points to the volcano that is located south across the Badlands from Gorespire Keep, kind of southeast central, like central east on the map. And you see, like, that point is a big circle, and there's like major trails radiating out from that, just lines, but it's not connected. You see, it's more of a symbol. It's more symbolic of the Folly Peak and those lines radiating out. The more detail is up at Gorespire, and it's not connected, but the more detail is up where Gorespire Keep is. There is like some pathways going down, and you see it spreads out quite a bit. It's there are several points. Go ahead and give me an investigation check. We'll see exactly like how. And is there anyone else really looking to study this map? She's going to be talking through some stuff, but anyone else looking to study? What'd you do?
It was a natural 19 for a total of 21. Investigation.
Investigation.
Mhm.
I would like to look at it too.
Okay.
The Calliope is 19.
Wow.
18. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Because of this, I'm going to have you guys focus on different things. Shay, you are kind of more focusing on some labels. You're looking for names, things that maybe you've heard of before. You're looking for points that you might recognize so you can familiarize yourself. You see Enron's Keep. So you notice that one thing that you notice is that there are tunnels that seem to be some of the most detailed tunnels mapped out, even maybe with like squiggly line even instead of a straight line, emanate from under Enron's Keep. There's even like drawn the water, and you see that some of the tunnels start going down even from the island that Enron's Keep is on. Also, you notice Gorspire Keep has some detailed drawings of tunnels. And there are specific mark spots. It's actually the map has been changed. You notice, like in certain areas of Gorspire Keep, there's it looked like a tunnel ended, or there was a circle around it, and then now it's been maybe erased or marked through. There's several of those points around there, and then even as you go out from Gorspire Keep, you notice that these tunnels are just expansive. Some connect, some dead end, some are marked that lead into some large cavern. But as far as depth, this map doesn't have a lot of depth down. It's more expansive out, spanning from what you would get. You wouldn't even be able to really tell, but more span out. It's more of a directional map from town than it is a true down dungeon delvers type map.
Okay.
Calliope, you kind of are looking at patterns, and you notice that there are some portions of the map that have patterns that seem less random. It seems like most of these tunnels are random, formed by lava and gas as they escape from Folly Peak. You get these long tunnels that intersect with natural caverns, forming all these varied designs throughout this network. But there are some spots where you see the lines form parallel. Some of them, there's areas where there's a line connected by like an L-shaped box. It looks like perhaps some people have already found places that may be man-made and not natural tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
So as she's talking, as this is going on, she's mentioning the tunnels and the formation. She said over centuries, through occasional eruptions at Folly Peak, there are these large tunnel explosions of gas that rocket through these tunnels, knocking out walls and exposing new tunnels and connecting tunnels and caving in tunnels, all sorts. And although these natural tunnels don't go very deep, supposedly, no one's really taken them all, but supposedly these more radial outward, there is stuff. These tunnels have intersected with passageways that lead deeper below. And so I'm supposed to be looking for anything that looks civilized, anything that once was a people, a city, a empire.
Going alone?
Yeah. I'm okay with that. I've done stuff like this before. I'm pretty good at sneaking, and the underground is new, but being sneaky and hiding and surviving, those are strong suits of mine.
I mean, if you say so. I mean, I don't know you, but
I
dangerous.
can run pretty fast.
I have seen that.
And my plan is to maybe ask old Gith Britches that maybe he can give me some tools for a little extra sneakiness or ability to escape. Maybe he'll have something to help me out. But I'm confident. I'm not too scared. My plan is to try to find places that maybe he hasn't mapped out yet, but I don't really plan on going too deep.
Sure.
He just wants new.
Down there anyways, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, but it sounds like you guys don't really know what you're doing. Has anyone else come out?
I imagine some point of the conversation there would have been like a mass of like blankets and maybe like a dragged pillow that came out of Envy's room as he like shuffles his way down to the baths, and then he would be making his way back at some point. Yeah.
So you took a bath. There is the Arsenal is working the bath again this morning. She brings you hot water. This has citrus, and it has more spicy and strong fragrant herbs with sunflowers in the just kind of floating along the top. A nice bath. You dry off, and we'll say join the conversation right about here. Lupin, you've probably been working out for maybe 30 minutes or so. You need more?
No, I'd probably do the same though. I'd probably like go like not bath, but like shower and like clean up, and then be out.
Okay. Quick cleansing, and then to the room. We'll say you guys kind of join in the map. Y'all take a little bit to look at the map. Y'all are just kind of like talking about it and looking at the map, and we'll say you guys kind of come in at this point with the map out, and you can see that the rest of the group is discussing this map in front and Lisso's apparent assignment. Well, it looks like all you guys are ready. I'm kind of one of those, might as well, it's no time to get started in the now, huh?
I asked Lizzo if, I haven't necessarily been given an assignment yet, but do you feel you can be alright alone?
Yeah. No, you guys are really nice. I get it now. You guys helped each other out. I appreciate it. I do. I promise. If it gets hairy down there, I'll come back. I'll go somewhere else. I'll be okay.
Alright.
You guys watch each other's back, okay? Remember, yesterday we all kind of agreed that we didn't really know what was going on. We didn't really trust much. I'm kind of working on that give it a try thing. The money's worth it.
I think you're... Just watch out. Watch your back. And come back to us.
Yeah.
Tell us what you find.
Yeah, I will. I hope I find something worth telling you guys, really. Heck, who knows how long it took for them to even make this map. Like I could probably work down there for like a good month and not find anything, really. I've got about 3 weeks worth of rations. My guess is at the most, or at the least, I'll be back in 3 weeks or so to resupply.
Right. 3 weeks. See you in 3 weeks.
All right. And she grabs her stuff. And you can see that she definitely already, this pack she has with her is a bigger, she's got a bedroll, she's got, it seems packed to the brim, kind of like pouches, fastened at different areas. So it's a backpack, but then there's like a bag that's got its strap around it that's hanging off one side, and it's loaded up. But as she slips it on, you see that she doesn't really strain. She is strong, able-bodied, and she gives you guys a little kind of salute and says, "All right, well, hey." And she picks up, there's kind of like a citrus juice that does seem to have maybe just a small spike of alcohol in it. And she raises a glass and says, "To a new job."
The Underdark.
All right. I'm not going to find stuff like this. And you can see at that, she like reaches in a pouch and she pours some into, I guess she had an empty flask, an empty container. Pours some of the juice in there, tops it off and closes it up and slings it around her back and says, I'll have another one here in about an hour or so. We'll see. Once I feel like I'm away from the city a little bit, I'll have this one. And she takes her leave. Swinda comes in as she walks out and says, "All right, I hope everything here is to your liking. Breakfast, is there anything I can get you guys?"
I'd love to see that armory.
Sure.
When done with my meal.
Yeah, that can be a stop on the way out. I don't know, Havesh, he mentioned, I asked him kind of like if I should give you guys any direction, and he said, take these first couple of days to introduce yourself and get to know the house leaders and people around town and put a good face forward, and then I'm sure if something doesn't come up after the first couple of days, I'm sure he'll have something for you. Yeah. But yeah, when you're done, I'll actually I need to go. He's got me composing a few letters this morning, so I'm gonna go ahead and get to my desk. You can find me if you just go across the foyer. There is a small hallway that leads to several small offices, and my desk is in there, and that's where I usually am during the day. But yeah, one of the guards right there in the foyer. If you just ask about the armory, I'm sure he'll show you where the guard's armory is.
And Calliope's gonna go with her when she goes.
Okay. She noticed, like, she takes her leave, and she notices you behind her and turns around and says, "Oh, are you going to the armory right now?"
Yes, yeah.
Oh, all of you. Okay. Oh, sure. Right this way. And she leads you to the room. It's modest, but it's clean. But yeah, there's leather armor, studded leather armor, chain shirts, up to half plate. There isn't a set of full plate armor in here, but breastplate, scale, no magicals. It is nicely crafted. Most of it, actually. Give me, if you really want to know the quality, give me an investigation check.
That's a 6.
6. Okay.
An 8.
8.
11.
On envy. Ah!
I mean, it makes sense. Calliope's used to wearing like a loincloth.
Right. All the armor looks very clean and not too damaged. That's really all y'all get. Yeah, it's just you're impressed. You're impressed by the cleanliness and the general condition of the armor and weapons. There also is a weapons rack, mostly guard type weapons. So we've got a few long swords, a lot of short swords, bows, crossbows, spears, a few scimitars, but a lot of the typical guard type weapons. There aren't going to be specialty, not too many martial things. A few halberds, like there are some ornamental things that are considered exotic or martial. So like there's a halberd, there's probably even a like a ball and chain. What is it called?
Mace.
Is that a mace? Not mace is a stick, but this is a flail.
Flail.
Yeah,
Okay.
flail.
Seeing the clean condition of everything, she's like, this stuff is brand new. Gonna go grab just one of the close daggers. Just add a dagger to her inventory.
Sure.
Okay.
Go ahead and give me investigate. I'll give you a chance. I'll give you a chance to maybe redeem yourself.
Okay.
Redeem yourself.
Which die to use? That's the question. Oh no. Somebody else want to roll? That was even worse. That was a 4.
Mm-hmm. There is one dagger that has a curved blade that looks really cool.
Okay.
That's the one you grab.
Curved dagger.
Mhm.
That's really cool.
It's really cool.
And I'm just borrowing it. Just borrowing it. I remember that. From Armory.
I guess Envy will check the difference between his leather armor and like the studded leather, if it's like fits his aesthetic.
That is one of the more common sets of armor, especially in here. So you find one in your size. You can replace your leather with studded leather if you would like.
What is your size? Oh, you're small, right?
He's medium. He's medium.
Okay.
Is this where we would just, I guess, grab the stuff that we have in our list, I suppose?
You would have had some of the stuff like explorer gear, like any explorer gear and like traveling stuff you would already have. But this is where if you want,
Right.
yeah, like if you were grabbing, if you have armor if you want armor, this can be your armor for sure. But
Would
like,
I have, so I use a rapier. Would
Uh-huh.
I have one on me that is my own, or would that be a thing that's in here?
I think at 5th level, I think you came across a rapier at this point. Yeah, I think you would have had that already. Yeah.
And then is it us 4 in there?
Yep.
Anyone else, or did she just like drop us off?
Yeah, she went to her desk. It's actually the guard. Oh yeah, no, she did. Sorry, she did drop you off. Yeah, as soon as you guys started kind of looking around, she left. This armory is she kind of took you outside. This is a separate building on the side of the keep that doesn't seem to have an entrance further in. It's got a locked door that opens up into a guard armory kind of shed. It's not a shed though. It's a room. It's just an outdoor entrance room that has these weapon racks and armor on it. But as soon as you started digging through, she started making her way back to the keep.
Is there some rope in here? And is there any potions? Just curious. Might usually be in here. Why not ask?
Right. Rope there is. The room is kind of divided. If you go to the left, that's where the armor racks and weapon racks are. On the right, it looks more like general supplies. There are bags of grain, bags of seed, crates of something. There are like decorations that currently aren't being used right now. It seems like there might be some seasonal decorations in there, you know. But you do find there are stacks of like some more general supplies. And it looks like you kind of take a rope that was previously attached to maybe a banner that was kind of held off the side of the keep.
Right.
So 50-foot rope.
Thank you.
Yep.
Would I have studded leather armor, or would that something I pick up here?
You would have studded leather armor.
Okay. Yeah. So then I would probably pick up then a longbow,
Okay.
a breastplate, and let's say 5 daggers.
Wow.
Just regular daggers.
Yeah. Go ahead and just give me an investigation check just to make sure you sort through the quality good and.
I might as well burn it. What?
Burn it. Use it.
Okay, so I got a 15, and with inspiration on top, I got like a 16.
16.
So I got a 1.
Yeah. I mean, so nothing special, but nothing bad. You kind of pick the best of what's available, and it's all pretty good quality stuff. Yeah.
So what you see me do is take a set of breastplate, which shouldn't work, but like I take it and I put it in my bag, and it fits, and I just say, just in case. So
Trick.
Has anyone seen Vesta this morning or the Lord's son?
No. They left before our meal even started, and I haven't seen them anywhere. What was the son's name again? He was my son for a little while. I should know his name.
Raishal?
That's
right.
correct. Forget
Shaw.
your kids' names. It's just part of being a parent.
Good kid. Good kid.
My mom got my name. Me and my brother's name messed up growing up. So I can...
Oh my gosh, my mom used to call us the animals' names. Like, it was just whatever name popped out of her mouth when she was calling. Like, yeah.
That's cute. I just got like random canon for like someone has a familiar and they're calling Cherie's character by the familiar. But none of us have a familiar in this group. Not yet.
Not
If
yet.
I get one, I'll name it Cherie.
Get our bases covered.
Yes.
Is there anything else?
Oh, did I say that I got Calliope looks for studded leather armor?
You find it in your size.
Cool.
No potions, right?
No, go ahead. Did you roll? You did. You rolled for the knife.
I rolled, and well, the first one I got a 6, the second roll I got a 4, so I should not be rolling for anything else.
You look. We'll say you look, and
Okay.
you kind of give up after a couple boxes, opening it up and not really finding anything that resembles potions.
I
Not
get
even
tangled
like
up in the rope.
yeah.
Can I assist her and be like, hey, what you looking for?
I'm not sure. Something unusual. Something that's a little different, or something, you know, like things that are different. You never know when they come in handy. Maybe a potion.
Okay.
Maybe.
She already rolled twice.
Yeah, I don't get to roll.
I'm gonna go ahead and let you have a chance to roll. You by you helping her, like I know you can aid her, but she already rolled twice, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you roll.
Okay.
Dust is like up in her face. She can't see anything.
Ooh. Okay, I'll use my not inspiration, but luck or whatever.
The reroll.
Yeah.
Oh, I can give you bardic inspiration, but I can't. Not in this instance.
Oh, they were both terrible though. The higher one was like an 8.
Oh
so-
no!
I know.
You guys,
Happened.
look,
What happened?
I'm just gonna say that your failures are more based on the lack of organization of this storage closet. I
Okay.
mean, it's really like you open a box and it's literal Christmas decorations, and you open a
Gotcha.
box and it's literal like old newspapers, and you're just like, what the heck? This is silly. So yeah.
Got it. Perfect. Maybe this will do for now. Hey, we got a whole armory to come
Yes,
shopping too.
yes.
I am not complaining. This is great.
As you get geared up and the guards close the armory doors behind you, you look, the sun now reaching the point where it is going up above the clouds extending out to the sea. Still bright, still plenty of light, still a good day. You stand on the entranceway to Inran's Keep, staring across the bridge into the sprawling morning in Gorespire Keep. That is where we're going to end tonight's episode.
Dun dun dun.
Day 1. Thank you everyone for sticking around and watching. Real quick, exclamation point critical to enter our last giveaway of the night. We'll do that in just a second. Again, our schedule goes as this. Next Wednesday, we will be off. We will not be streaming next Wednesday. The following 2 Wednesdays, which are the first 2 Wednesdays of July, we are going to be doing a side quest, a little story side mini-series, 2-part, that somehow connects to this story we are telling here. Do you guys have anything you wish to say before we sign off?
I'm just excited for next week.
Yay, next week.
You mean the break week?
Oh,
The
no.
week after.
The next
Wait,
day.
one. And the next one we're
One
playing.
of the weeks coming up.
The one that we're not. Yes, yes.
Okay. I'm going to draw the giveaway right now. and then we will find someone for you two guys to raid. So let's do that. It's a window. It's one of my windows. Which window is it?
It's my window.
There it is. Hey, karma.
Oh my gosh, how perfect
What comes
is that?
around? What comes around goes around. Hey, Brian, I'll find you too. But if you want to join our Discord and find me, Colin FFRG, is it Brolin? It is Brolin in our Discord, isn't it? So you are
Yes.
looking for Brolin because that's my character on different. I should wait. I thought I changed it back. Maybe. Oh wait, I might.
Which is
change
always
it back.
funny because it's a different pronunciation, but I see like Colin and
Oh
Colin.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's close.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, Discord names are confusing.
Yeah.
When it's not the person's name, I'm like, who is who? Anyways.
Yeah.
All right,
I didn't-
guys. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Nothing.
I didn't think about that when I named myself on Discord, but that was like a few years ago, and I was playing a witch.
You can
So
change it.
You can change it overall, and then you can change it in individual servers. So that is a nice little feature.
Yeah,
Nice
exactly.
little Discord lesson for all you out there. Hey, thanks again, guys. We really appreciate you being here. We're happy you're along for the story. We will be back soon enough, and have a good rest of your evening. Good night, guys.
Bye.
Have a good night.